Hey everyone, welcome to another Droppin' Bombs. My name is Corey Baumeister. Today we are playing the deck, the Shadow, the greatest deck in Modern by far. And you know what? Normally this was me just kind of spouting off this kind of maybe false information because I love the deck so much and I was having so much success with it. But now with other people that have picked up this deck, Soul Strong, Aspiring Spikes picking it back up, I even saw Canister streaming it earlier today. All of these factors are just leading me to believe that this is indeed the best deck in Modern, and now I think it's just becoming truly factual. I think the deck plays a lot like Legacy because you have so many early threats like Ragavan, DRC. Those are the only real early ones. Death Shadow, it can only come out as early as turn 2. But the one thing that Death Shadow has always struggled with in the past is it had a problem with inevitability. It didn't have it. It just did not have inevitability. And I'm talking Grixis Death Shadow way back in the day. For you old timers that can remember playing it back when still you would play Grammatic Angler, Snapcaster Mage. Even though we see a couple of Snapcaster Mages, they're nothing that, it's not a high number of them, except people that are playing the Death Shadow less version of Grixis. They're wrong. And they think that deck is good. They're wrong. But back in the day when it was Angler, it was all this stuff. If you just didn't have that many threats, you would just run out of steam. If they killed your first 2 threats, that's it. You're done. Now with Kroxa and Luris, you just don't run out. So that's what's put this deck way over the edge for me and solved the deck's only problem. So this is a deck that, I've been playing this main deck for quite a while. The only difference, I think, from Soul Strong, who has just been dominating. I watched his stream this weekend of him winning yet another challenge. That's 3 in a month, as well as just, has been top 8ing basically all of them. And I really loved his play. I think he evaluates the games, just like me. Every decision he was thinking about and he was talking out loud, I'm like, okay, that's exactly how I think. So it reinforced the fact that I think this deck is extremely good. People that play it at a high level can really differentiate themselves from people that play this deck at a low level. I hear a lot of people that pick this deck up and they're like, I can't win with it to save my life. And I'm like, well, it is extremely hard. And for you that are about to pick this deck up after watching me hopefully crush in this video, and if you want to, I have a Mana Traders account. You can use promo code CoreyB to save yourself 15% off for your first 2 weeks, or your first 2 months, excuse me. If you really want to give this a shot, that's a good tool, so you don't have to really break the bank kind of thing. But it's not easy. It's not easy to start with this deck. It's very complicated. All your cards are so cheap, so you always have so many decisions each turn. You have to make sure you know what to play around in Modern, and Modern is a huge, wide open field, so it's not always easy to do. So, also, I'll have my Patreon link below if you want some tips for sideboarding, stuff like that. You can always gain access there. So, let's talk about the deck. We have our mana base here, 19 lands. Is something that I made a change. All I added was 1 Scalding Tarn to the deck right when Aspiring Spike originally created, and I think that mana base has essentially become stock now, so I wouldn't change anything from the mana base. It's perfect. You are mostly a Rakdos deck, so you're going to see me fetch out Blood Crypt as my first and foremost land 90-95% of the time. And then we'll go from there of what we want to pick. Almost always either Steam Vents or Watery Grave. Sometimes I go double Blood Crypt, though, when you just have no blue in sight. But you always want to have that option to iterate on 3. Also, this is the best expressive iteration deck by far in Modern. I just played Money Pile, y'all, and I'm not going to lie, I hated it. Hated it. I was going to bring you a video of Money Pile, but I just don't even think it's worth it. Money can't buy wins or happiness. Whatever. Yeah, I'll move on from that. But it can buy you a jet ski, and that makes you pretty happy. That's for sure. So then let's talk about the threats. Ragavan being the king of the castle here. Getting this down on turn 1 and letting it go unchecked is basically GG 90% of the time. So, gotta love that whenever you can start with it. DRC is also amazing. Dragon Rage Channeler. This is something that I play on turn 1 a lot if I have a lot of baubles. Even if I have 1 bauble, I usually lean on DRC. Oh, excuse me. I still have a little bit of cough. I'm feeling a lot better, but still a little bit of Christmas cough here. Then we have our 4 Unholy Heats, just proven to be much better than Lightning Bolt to me. You just dealing 6 damage to something, you can kill anything in the format, Primeval Titan, whatever. And it just ends up being insanely powerful, as well as just dealing a couple damage to early creatures like Regavan and stuff. So very versatile card that becomes very powerful. Then you see we got 6 hand disruption spells here, leading 4 Thoughtseize because they deal you damage and take anything you want. So Thoughtseize is the best one there. We got 2 Fatal Pushes here. The Mirror is becoming quite popular. I want to kill Omnaths. There's just a lot more cards that I want to kill. Tarmogoyf is a big one as well. There's a lot more threats that I want to be able to kill. And I'm leaning on maybe shaving one, but we'll see. And then we got 4 Death Shadow, the namesake card. 4 Expressive Iteration I talked on a little bit before. Drown in the Lock is another one that's insanely good. You're able to pick apart their hand with Thoughtseizes, kill their creatures with Unholy Heats, and then they kind of rack up a big graveyard. And most decks, you know, crack fetch lands and kind of do the work for you. Or decks are really cheap, like Hammer, and it's just a hard either counter or destroy or terminate built into one card. So this card is phenomenal in the role. We have Dress Down. We have the 3rd one in the sideboard here, but Dress Down is just absolutely phenomenal at dealing with construct tokens, you know, shutting down Primeval Titans, stopping flying to be able to block, stopping Swamp Walks from Street Wraiths and Living Ends. I can go on and on about this card, but the major implication is with Death Shadow. When you pair it with Death Shadow, you can just attack for 13. You know, it's better than Temur Battle Rage in most instances without the draw card, but then you just get to draw a card. So Dress Down is phenomenal. It's not that good in the Mirror, and Mirror is popping up a lot. Even the Omnath decks, it's just okay. It used to be insane against Elemental decks, but the Elemental decks have just shifted into Money Pile, and it's a little less good against them. You still have Solitude, but they get to keep the card around, and there's some shifts like that that make it not necessarily perfect. 2 Kroxa is kind of the big change for me. I've always been a big fan of 3 Kroxas, but that was really for blue-white control that I wanted that 3rd one, and that deck has fallen off the face of the earth, largely in part of Grixis Death Shadow, in my opinion. It's just kind of pushed it out of there. Then we got 1 Kolaghan's Command, deal with pesky chalices. That's the main thing, but also returning stuff and just like destroy an artifact, deal 2 is very helpful against Hammer. So this is a very good Hammer card. We'll talk about the sideboard, pretty close to what Soulstrong is playing as well. He isn't respecting the graveyard decks as much as I am, mainly because I just do not want to lose to them. And it's something that I feel is not a great matchup. Living End, Dredge, those being the corner cases. And then Engineered Explosives, not as many of those in the popular lists. I really like them against Hammer and then still against Rhinos, even though I think Rhinos is a pathetically bad deck. It's gotten so much worse as decks get better. Rhinos can't really do too much. They're trying to play like Murktides and stuff to like do something different. It just makes the deck worse in my opinion. Then we got a couple of Terminates, 4 Murktides being the main card. And then just when we're on the draw against aggressive decks, having more removal. Alpine Moon, only have 1 because I never want to bring in 2. But against Urza Saga decks and Valakut, main thing there. Turok for Money Pile, that's pretty much the only thing. I'll bring it in. It's kind of a flex slot because it's pretty hard for this card to be terrible, but not my favorite card. 1 more Fatal Push as a piece of removal. 2 Spell Pierces for non-creature decks, you know, when you want to. Rhinos, Control, they come in a lot of things. And then 1 more Dress Down for Saga decks. So without any further ado, let's get to the games. Woo! All right, what's up, everybody? Let's do some battle in here. So we want our Lurrus. Shocking, I know. No companion from our opponent. Okay, so let's take a peek at this hand. I'm going to try to minimize myself so I'm not in the way too much. I think that looks good. And as always, give me some feedback. This is the first Modern video I'm doing in a while, and we're doing a lot of Modern this week. So if I'm going to try for around 3 matches, but I want to kind of keep them short as well. So let me know if it's too long. You know, any kind of feedback I love in the comments. So, all right. First, let's kick some ass, though, okay? All right. So we're going to put the game log up just so we can kind of see what's going on. They're first, and we're going to keep on the draw. I love DRC into bobble hands. Even if they're one-landers, it's usually fine. All right. Let us battle, my friends. Okay, is this Murky Mercs? Okay, there is our second land. So we love that. So one thing I always love to do is I like to start with Delta. Always leave your Bloodstained Mires for last because it's your best fetch land. Sometimes you want one of each basic. Or either or basic. So always start with your non-Bloodstained Mire duels. So we could think about Thoughtseizing turn 1, but I don't see a reason based on this. If it was a blue-white land, we would Thoughtseize, because then it could be Chalice pretty easily. It, of course, could be Chalice in this too, but it's not a common deck at that point. So if we get Chalice, they got us. This is going to be a good video, y'all. To the graveyard, Croxa. No big deal. All right, just in case it's a Grixis deck too, we're going to wait to bobble. Oh, shit. This could be bad. It is Living End. Good thing we have all this graveyard hate, because this matchup can be really rough. This matchup can be rough, y'all. Okay. So, now we're either going to want to leave Drowned open, like, basically for the rest of the game, which I don't love, or Thoughtseize now. Thoughtseize would give us Delirium, but they could easily have two different threats, you know? But am I that afraid of just like 2 cards? Not really. Like, I think this is a turn where we actually go for it. I could also just put a Death Shadow into my graveyard. I don't do that very often, but against Living End, it's decent. I am gonna Thoughtseize. Just with the fact that I could just kill the creatures that they bring back if there's only 2 of them. Okay, another hand disruption spell. I don't really want that. Shoot. Okay. All of these are killable, though, which is kind of nice. I could just take one of these Architects. Then they don't get to cycle. And we have Spell Pierce too, post board, which is going to help a lot. I'm going to take a Violent Outburst. Yeah, and I think I will just attack then. No real point in playing Death Shadow. When it's just going to die. So we'll just say go. Here comes one more cycle. We hope we don't have one more cycler. If it's just those 3, maybe we have a chance, but it's already going to be pretty rough. Okay. And who knows? Maybe they let us untap. If they let us untap, it wouldn't be great for them. Yep, I didn't think so. Steve Violent. Okay. So here's the end of the Living Variety. We get a Croxa trigger. And we can just beat these creatures. We can just beat these creatures down. Targeting themselves. Okay. So we're going to go like this. We're going to get blue-red. Need some blue mana here as well as Unholy Heat. on, I think, just Swamp Walker here. This is the most damage, and it does a little bit more. Yeah, maybe I'll hit this first. So we're going to be able to drown that if we want to. Okay, we could just go double Death Shadow. I don't think that is ideal, though. I think just Death Shadow, say go. Yeah, because they have just a good amount of creatures if they wanted to do it again. And yeah, if they did it again, they'd get back some good creatures, and we'd be pretty screwed. So, yeah, let's just go like this. I think I will fetch right away. No, I can wait. And then we'll say go. Petty Theft. Kind of like just countering this. I could take 3, go to 9. They could put me to 6. I am going to. And I want to counter this with taking this much damage because then I can block this Architect. Now we're just hoping for another drown. That would be sweet. Okay. Well. Oh, shoot. I guess I could have played a land first. 7 is kind of enough to get there. And if anything, I'm probably only taking 1 more damage. But I might just bring back Croxa here. I'll attack. I can't play 2 threats, so that is unfortunate. And like Luris doesn't do much here, so I think I will just play Croxa and hope. Best I got. Here's Croxarino. Try to keep Delirium if we can. We have 5 types, so we can get rid of all the lands to start. Then start trimming on sorceries. That should keep us with Delirium. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're live to a lot of cards to kill us here. Grief to the Yard, that wouldn't have done it. So they'll have to discard 1 thing. And if that other thing is Brazen Borrower, we're in trouble. Now even if it's Living End though, like they're at 3, so now this is within lethal range. Even if they bring back a bunch of creatures. It's probably Living End. Yup. Okay, so if they drew a non-land, then they're probably going to win here. Because we can only deal with 1 of the flyers if we top deck a removal spell. Grief takes our Death Shadow. But yeah, I mean, if they just have a land and they're dead. Or if we top deck Inquisition exactly. Huh. Oh. GL, did you top deck a land? No! They did not. Okay, we're dead. All right, that game was still closer than it should be for game one. Well, not necessarily than it should be, but that just kind of shows the power of this deck. You still just kind of have game against anything. All right, so I like these. This is kind of how I like to sideboard too. I like to bring in the cards, or put the cards I bring in here, take the cards I bring out. Dress Down's pretty bad. Croxa is very bad. I don't like a ton of removal. Fatal Push isn't great. I like some because you can just win fair games. Like sometimes they have to fair game you. So I kind of like leaving in some Dress Downs because it is still a combo card. And just combo them with Death Shadow. Maybe I'll do 1 and 1. I think I like that. Get rid of those. And let's try it. Okay, I would like to go first. Not a good hand. No lands, unplayable. Okay, this hand's fine. Regivan on the play is quite good. The expressive iterations are quite slow. And Unholy Heat can be pretty medium as well. So we're going to need some help from these iterations, but still not an awful hand. I think I will put the Unholy Heat on the bottom. Just hope that these iterations find a Lantern or a Spell Pierce or something. Even a Drown. Okay, I would like to keep. I'd like to put away Unholy Heat. Our opponent has kept 7. All right, so I want to start with our Blood Crypt. All right, your go. There's not many ways that I can think of that they can deal with this on turn 1. They just do cycling and stuff like that. Okay, we'll attack. We'll just iterate here. Before playing a land, I think... Maybe not. Could play Shardless Agent. Our only bad hit is Unholy Heat and I guess Death Shadow? Oh, it's almost too good not to try it. I mean, we could hit like Spell Pierce and Drown. Yeah, there's a lot of bad hits actually, so not worth it. Let's expressively iterate. Wow, it's aggressive. I think we can safely play this. Then we'll say go. Yeah, Charlotte Agent just had too many misses. Wasn't worth it. That's pretty good. Let's attack. We can do all 4 of these things. Architect of Will, nah. 4 mana, 3/3, not interested. So let's go with blue, red, iteration. Now we're trying to find a lantern. No such luck, but I will take drowned and play DRC. We unfortunately cannot leave up a counterspell this turn. We don't have enough pressure. And, you know, we might fall victim to the same thing where they just have two things. Oh, we can put a creature in the yard, so we at least get something. And looks like they do not have two of them, luckily. So we will take this. Endurance we can deal with. Although it's still good. I can't even cast it, so. Alright, we'll take that. That was, well, not foolish because... Okay, so. Whale's gone. Alright, let's hope they didn't draw it. It's easily a situation where they could. God, never lucky. Never lucky. Unreal. Okay. Well, we're only a couple cards in their... one card away in their graveyard from killing the whale. And we're still a little ways away from killing that. We need an instant in the yard, so we need them to, like, cycle. And then we can kill both of these creatures. But right now, we got a pair of 0-1s. Here we go. We're not in the worst spot here, though. Okay, I'll take it. Now the ball is in our court. So now they have to do something, or we win. So that might have been foolish of them. We know they have endurance. We can counter that. I'd like to attack. I'll attack for 20. Like, endurance isn't even enough. They chucked that one, y'all. They chucked that one. Okay, that was pretty funny. Okay, let's do it again. This time, how about we draw one of these fancy artifacts that we bring in? The game gets a lot more trivial when you just have an artifact sitting there. You just never touch it. You almost never touch it in the games you win. You're like, yep, cast your normal things, and then you unholy heat it. That's when your removal spells actually come into play. Is when you have the lanterns and stuff, and you can just shut them down. All right, game 3. Game 3, YouTubers. Let's kick some butt with the Shadow of Death. As we walk through the valley with the Shadow of Death, we fear no other evils. All right, that's a little too preachy for even my own good here, y'all. I'll see myself out. Good day, good day, good day, good day. Good day, good day. Okay, another good hand. We need a little more interaction, more than likely. But this is a very good start. Our opponent has finally mulliganed to 6 magic cards. Okay. So they kept then. Living End has been getting a lot more popularity, so I'm glad we played against this because it is a matchup we have to be prepared for. There we go. That's game. Yes. So we're gonna start with our favorite monkey. Try to get a mana advantage. That's kind of the main reason. We don't ever really cast anything from them, but... And then next turn, we'll Thoughtseize plus Spellbomb. Yay. Okay. I have a lot of red, so it's fine to play this. Here comes Ragavan. Here comes Ragavan. Wow, and we can even play DRC if this connects. Yeah, that's nice. No, Charlotte Agent. Stop tempting me. Stop tempting me. All right, here we go. Snotsies. I'd like to surveil, please. The bubble to the graveyard. Okay. Let's take their whale. And I present you a Spellbomb. Ah, I wish we would have taken one more damage. Just in case they top deck Living End. Because they still might do it just to destroy our stuff. But yeah, graveyard. Alright. Now we have the Spellbomb. And now we just get this to just sit around and play defense. Still good. It destroys our things. But yeah, we got to hit them. No. So now our game plan is just get Lurrus. So we can Spellbomb again. They're good at that. Now we have a game because they have one mystery card. Okay, never mind. Alright. DRC. Lantern. The bubble in the graveyard. Okay. Then we'll say go. Now our clock is much shorter though, so we do want to find something else to speed this up. Oh, that helps. They're speeding it up for us. There's a whole turn. It's probably to be sacrificed. Wow. Living End is actually really good for us, right? Okay, so I want to take damage here so that Death Shadow lives. And get rid of your graveyard. And now we got a lot of threats. Wow, okay. That's spicy. Okay, this is not over. That helps. Iteration. Drown. Bloodstain Mire. I think I want Drown and Bloodstain. Okay. So I think I can attack with both. They're going to probably not block because we have... Because they don't know we have another Death Shadow, but we're going to try to present lethal here. So we can have them take 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, down to 3, then DRC is lethal. And if not, if they living end again, then DRC is super lethal from the graveyard. So we got 2 of those in there. Okay, here's another Shadow of Death, and your go. Now we are dead to double Brazen Barrer, I guess. God, that would suck. God, that would suck so bad. They exiled 2 of them here with that. So they have to have the other 2 and be playing 4. We knew about that. Everyone hold their breath right now. Okay. I don't want to die to fire and ice, I guess. They would have killed me with it. Okay. Okay. What a match. What a match. Holy shit. Welcome to Death Shadow, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Death Shadow. Yeah, and I started playing 2 matches yesterday after Soul Strong 1. I was like, okay, I just really want to play. I want to play Get Back to Death Shadow after I played the challenge with Money Pile and hated it. So I figured I'd get back to my Death Shadow roots. But I lost to such a jank deck, too. I got so unlucky. All right. I would like to play first. It's a very medium hand. Not a lot of action. No companion. I think I will still keep, but it's not amazing. I could see this being wrong. I really could. But we got 2 draws out of threat to make our hand just really good. Or expressive iteration. I mean, there's a lot of cards we can find. Looks like our opponent is on the mulligan. Okay, so let's start by bobbling ourselves. Another land I can go without. And like worst case, we just go Luris, you know. The aggressive Luris plan, just buy it on 3, is never awful. Not amazing, but... And I can dress down on 2. We have some things to do with this. Never mind. World's fine. This is a great video, y'all. This is a great video. Okay. Well, we'll find out what they're playing. I want to just dash this. Maybe they're trying to discard and reanimate or something, which would be bad. Sigarda's Aid. No, I don't really want to play that one. So it's Hammer and they kept a 1-lander? Or a 0-lander? Okay. Okay, so do I care to give them a card? They have so many. I mean, why would you miss your first turn? Unless that was accidental? But I'll respect it, I guess. Let's just Unholy Heat to start. And pay. And then dash Ragavan again. All right, let's pay. I think I changed my mind. I think I'm just going to play it. They can't put that many blockers on, and then we'll just kill them all, and then we'll have this on the battlefield. A deck that doesn't have much removal, I feel pretty comfortable doing this. Oh, is this blue-white deck? Oh, well, we can still deal with that, luckily. Okay. Our opponent had to have just clicked through their turn, right? This doesn't make any sense. All right. Dress down. Dress down does suck. Because Ragavan doesn't connect, but that's okay. Dress down. Then we'll push this. Then I'm going to play this and just attack and say go. Try to drown something. The only thing I'm afraid of with this play is if they go land to Fairy and it's not a fetch land, but whatever. Main deck Sanctifier. Woo! Yeehaw! Alright, that means I want to start going to get Dress to get that back. I'm going to counter this. This would be embarrassing if we lost to the deck that just said turn one go. Okay, that's good. Okay, all is fine in the world. Whenever you top deck iteration late game, you're like, oh, okay, I win. Alright. A blank. So they might do the Saga thing, but I still think I just want to get threats down. We'll go with blue, red, iteration. I don't think I need it. All right, how about DRC to hand, get rid of this, and put this here. Go get a Steam Vents. Dealing a lot of damage to ourselves, but YOLO. For DRC. Now we have Drowned, and then we can do some Lura stuff after that. Okay. I'd like to counter that. All right, so it's kind of a weird version of Hammer, but it all is the same to us. So EE for Sanctifiers, Kolaghan's Command because it's just a good card, Alpine Moon for their Saga bullshit, Dress Down for Saga bullshit, Fatal Push is a great card against them, and I think that's all I like. Now, cards that we don't want. Ragavan on the draw is not great. I like keeping a few because they can still be good, but I do like trimming them if they're the more heavy artifact version. This matchup's tough because all our cards are so good against them. I don't mind one Croxa. I like cutting a few Thought Seizes. I like having at least 3 hand disruptions, but I didn't see them with a companion. That's the main thing I like to save it for, but... So maybe we'll stick with 4. We'll still just get rid of this. Could see a Drown as well. Let's do a Drown instead of a Thoughtseize. I like 4 against them. I've been really waffling with the Ragavan numbers. Sometimes I take them all out, but like it's still just your best card in your deck. It's hard for that card to be bad. And this version is not the heavy Memnite kind of thing, and oof. Well, we don't have blue, so we can't cast most of our hand. And we don't have anything early. We better mulligan this one. Okay, this one's fine. Kind of want to get rid of Bobble just in case they have turn 1 Esper Sentinel. All right, let's do that. I don't love putting Bobbles to the bottom, but oh, okay, dang it. Kind of like starting with that. Try to get a Sanctifier or something. That could put us in a rough spot. Their hand is so bad. Dang it. Really wish I started with Ragavan. Of course. Naturally. Well, I could just put EE on 1. God, what a draw. Could just put EE on 1. And pay for it. I think I like it. We're going to slow this game down. We'll keep Ragavan until the dust settles. Almost for sure going to be Ink Moth go. Well, maybe attack, but... Alright. So now it's either blow up EE and then play Ragavan. 1, 2... Well, I think I'm just going to play a tap land and say go. Yep. Now it's the question of, do I think they have a Pithing Needle in their deck? If they do, I'm dead. Game's over. So I don't think it's truly worth it. But then they get the stupid thing. It's that or they just get a bobble. I'm going to risk it. Thank God. Okay. Let's blow this up. Okay. Now I can just go get a mountain. And I could buy Luris, play Ragavan. Then no, I think that just kills me. It's a tough spot. Well, it doesn't kill me because I can just play this and block. I think I might have to. Because then next turn I can go Luris, EE for 0, and stabilize. Because if I just Kolaghan's Command, kill these two things, and then play Ragavan, I mean, that is good too. Then they rebuild. Then they start rebuilding, and then I do that same play the turn after. And I can still chump. I actually think I like it better on this turn. So I'm going to have to go down to 8. And they're going to be able to crank these up. They're not going to be able to get them to 8/8s though. Like they could get it to 4, 5, have me taking 5. All right, I'm in. Then I blow up so many of their things. I die to a few things here, but if I live, then I feel pretty good. Yeah, I have to block or I die. Missed a point of damage. Unless they wanted to play something. Okay. This is why I just don't see how people can go without EE. It's just so good here. Of course, dress down would have been the same, but... Alright, X is 0. Your go. Now we wait for the Saga. Pretty clear they don't have a Pithing Needle because it would have wrecked me before. Now if they tap it, then I'll still just blow it up now for safety. Safety first. And now they either have to deal with Luris on the spot, or I just get to EE every turn, and then we can Culligan's Command to bring it back. Like, yeah, this game's over at this point. But that was a close one. Narrowly escaped with our life. You got a hammer. Well, I guess not over yet. Core Outfitter, I guess we're just dead. Paladin. Guess we can block, right? Okay. Didn't re-equip. That's good. So I kind of want to Culligan's Command, deal 2, and just return Luris. Definitely not over yet. God Modern is great. Turn target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Nope. Turn target creature. Turn Luris. Destroy Paladin. Then we'll put this into play tapped. And we'll make sure Drown keeps us alive so we can play Luris again. And then EE for 1 and blow this shit up. Blue, black. Counter that. Yes. I love that every game ended with us drowning the locking a Sanctifier. They're like, no, this is pro-black. I shouldn't have to deal with this. Rabble, rabble, rabble. All right, one more match, y'all. Last round. Let's make it count. I would like to go first. Present my pretty kitty. All right, so we're going first. We can go Thoughtseize 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can't actually play a turn 2 Death Shadow with this hand unless we top deck a Fetch Land or a Thoughtseize, but I'm still going to keep. It's okay. Not amazing. No companion from our opponent. So we are going to start with Scalding Tarn to get Blood Crypt, because if we top deck a Fetch Land, we can get ourselves to 12. And then we can do some stuff. Oh. Actually, Spirits, I think, is kind of a rough matchup. It's pretty tough. They're tough creatures to deal with. So, do we want to take the 1-drop or the very powerful card? Yeah, I'm not in love with this. I kind of want to take Mausoleum Wanderer. It just makes my game so much harder. Misty. Okay. I will have the boring turn of just playing a Dragon Rage Channeler. And we'll say go. Spirit, huh? Won't be countering much, so our drowns aren't going to be amazing. So now they have either or. I guess they are just going to play Rattle Chains. Yeah, we can just kill it. Wish I had a fetch line so we could go Death Shadow, kill something. Okay. So instead I'll go like this. Actually, this is okay. So, they're going to flash this in. Oh, wow. The Discipline. Okay, well. Interesting play by our opponent. I do want to do something here, so I'm going to play Dress Down. I think I'm probably okay if I keep that. Removal against this deck is just going to be great, so I'll keep. I played this at end step just in case I drew Croxa, but now I'm kind of regretting it. Alright, so now we're going to attack for 1. Unholy Heat it, and then play a Death Shadow and say go. I should probably fetch a land first. Okay, now we'll have Delirium at end step, and now we just protect the fort. Yeah, if they collect a company, we can counter it. Damn. Misfetched. Well, the mountain would have stopped it anyways, so. Alright, let's attack. Okay, then we'll say go. Counter that. Don't need... Well, this does give me drowned. A fetch line's better because then it presents lethal. So I am going to go for the Gusto. I guess that could have presented lethal too with Culligan's Command. I think I probably should have kept that. I think that was a mistake. Here's another one. That's bad. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna play this. And I'm gonna attack with the Shadow of Death. Okay. So now I can deal myself 2 and have them discard a card. Okay. Ooh, or... Oh yeah, I can deal 2 to this. Okay, that's sweet. You discard 2 to this. Yeah, YOLO. Now I just 3 for Wondom there. And I get a little something. That was sweet. Okay. Still good. All right, well. Okay, I'm going to dash. Then I'm going to attack. Wow. Okay. Gonna attack, and I'm just gonna kill this while I have the chance, I think. Then I just have so many lethal attackers. What are they gonna do? Okay, your go. I guess if I killed the other one, I get another lethal attacker. Maybe that was better. Yeah, because if they just play one more creature now. Yeah, I would have won the game if I would have killed that. They can't attack. Okay, never mind. Good thing my deck is amazing. Good thing my deck's unbeatable. Hooray! Taco Salad takes it down. Okay, Spirits. Interesting. So I don't like Dress Down. I think EE is too slow, but I like Culligan's... I actually don't like Culligan's command. I like Terminate, though. I love Fatal Push. Fatal Push is excellent here. God, is it just this? Draw to the Log was just amazing there. Like, it's not going to counter as much, but that's okay. I think I actually like 1 or 2 EEs. They have so many 2s. And I still have some cards I don't love. Like, a lot of Thought Seizes aren't great. Oops, this is wrong side. But it's still good, but not amazing. So let's go like this. Okay. All right, hopefully the last game of this YouTube video, y'all. Let me know what you, if you got any feedback on modern videos. Of course, and like and comment, all that smash the button stuff. Okay. I think I'll keep, because if we get 1 land in the next 2 turns, iteration is insane. I'd probably mulligan this on the play, keep on the draw kind of thing. Okay, perfect. So let's get that Blood Crypt. And now do we kill this? Probably. Bolt the bird. Okay, Okay, that signifies that that's their last land. And we're going to find out. So I want to get blue, black. Let's get blue, black. Always save your Bloodstein Myers, remember. Inquisition. Okay. Well, there's only one good castable threat. So let's take that and play Regavan. And we'll say go. They needed that noble. Jesus. Ooh, they're gonna just hunt, huh? Okay. Well, need to find some stuff now. That's stuff. That's stuff, all right. All right, removal spells, I think, are what we want here. Unholy Heat is not delirious yet, so we want to cast Fatal Push this turn. Have to cast something. So it's either take Expressive Iteration and get more cards, or have another piece of removal. And I think the removal is just more important here. We have the EE to clean up the tokens, so we don't care about that. And now the question is, do we want to take 1 or 3? I think for one more turn, we're going to take 3. But I don't want to trade Regavan for a token. Now, if they attack, we get to do some things. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think we attack. I think they're going to block, of course, but... All right, let's start by attacking. Their threats are just getting scary at this point, so... Yeah, they've drawn out of that horrible hand quite well with these lands. That's all right. We're still sitting okay. But if they... Okay, sorry, we are back, and I will buy Luris. Pretty shocked by that block. But no reason to Unholy Heat something right now. If they get, I was just going to say, if they get the land to Skyclave this, that kind of sucks, but not the biggest deal. So this is gone. All right, well, and I'll probably sack to draw a card. But we can go Luris, Regavan. Or we can start cleaning up some creatures. But I think I want to wait and get Luris down, because that can just be a plan all in itself. Just attack with that. Luris, Ragavan. Tap land. All right, and now for the rest of the game, we're just going to kill stuff. All right, big draw steps for them. They've drawn quite well. Just 3 lands off the top. That's really all they wanted. Now they can keep having lands. I'm happy to block with the Ragavan. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, a Phantom or something. I was just dead, huh? Okay. So we're just going to cast these 3 spells, I imagine. Let's just start by Unholy Heating. Then we can counter something and kill something else. But we got to watch out for this. Oh, shoot. Spell Quiller. Okay. Okay, I think this is still fine. All right, so that gets bigger. That gets quelled. Black, red, terminate. Okay. Unholy Heat. And now attack, gain the very crucial life. Okay, we can just play Rattle Chains. I don't see why not. All right, then we'll say go. That was sweet. Anytime you cast your opponent's spell, I don't care what it is, it's awesome. Sack. Oh, Selfless Spirit. Okay, that's okay. Then they get to make a token. So they could make a token and get this out of range, right? So if I do that and I go to put this here, they put a token. They go to 7. We have 5, 6, so we don't have 7. Don't think I can win on the spot anyways, but the question is, do I want to block with this? And I think the answer is yes. Okay, I have a plan. So I want them to do this hunt thing. Okay. So I'll let that die. Now, now I'll play this for 0. Now I put them to the choice, do you want to sack it now or what? Because once it's in play, if I go to kill Selfless Spirit, then they can sack it, but then I blow stuff up. So that's an interesting spot they're in. Okay, so now I get to go blue, black. Destroy. This has been a fun match. It's been a really fun match. And a really fun video, but I think we got this. A top deck collected company could be scary for us, but I think that's the only thing I'm afraid of. That's a draw. Oh, yeah. All right, we did it. So we did 3-0, and my one loss was to this Azorius BS Thopter Sword Urza deck. It's not very good, but yeah, just didn't play well last night when I was playing. But hey, I hope you liked this video, everyone. I love me some Grixis Death Shadow content. I'll be playing more just because I think this is the deck I know the best. I'll spice it into YouTube here and there. You know, I'm going to mess around with some other decks. Of course, it's not just going to be Grixis Death Shadow. I got a couple other exciting modern decks on the horizon. So look forward to that and leave me any comments that you have, okay? See you next video. Bye-bye.